it'll let me, if it'll do it.
If Twitch allows you.
Why has it felt like it's been a lot longer than it has? This is weird.
Norb hasn't been here, and he's the heart of the party.
Yeah, Norb wasn't here last week. Oh, we're missing a whole homie.
And we dropped, we sort of inceptioned into Adelaide's mind space. Or if you prefer, we magic school bust our way. Whichever metaphor for an abstract concept of thought is better.
In memory.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with magic school bust.
That is absolutely the case of what has happened. You last session exited the ship, met with Quinn, who told you that the 3 knights who are usually in town, the Oldavian knights, Jesper, Rowan, and Carmine, those were all just off the top of my head. Yeah, they were all apparently captured, or they are in the possession of the cultists now. And that's all that he really said? Well, I guess that's all
he said. The prophet.
Well, yeah, but he's a part of the cultists, so... By
just specifically,
yeah.
Name drop boss name.
Yeah. And y'all left immediately without asking him anything else. And
I mean, we kind of did. Yeah, we were like, where? And he was like,
Quinn also isn't the most stellar conversational partner. You know?
That's implying everyone has to have the answers to the questions you ask. Whether he doesn't know or just doesn't care is the big debate. But you decided to then go to Adelaide's Manor? Because why not? Because it was in the distance. And after fighting some griffins, they were griffins, you arrived at the ruins of a once large estate, skullduggery around to find the secret door that your father apparently had still there, to find the tiniest of rubble left unrubbled, in which you found your father's old jacket, which is somewhere in the items. We'll figure it out once you're out of this weird vision. But you found a memory stone of one of these prospectors, one of these little fellas that we currently see on screen. Apparently their memory. And a book about a project Adelaide's father was working on. So you thought you'd jump into this person's last moments, or whatever part your father, or whoever else grabbed it, was able to keep. And now you are apparently in some tombs, some area. I don't know what you would call just large stone hallways.
Corridor.
Yeah, stone corridors. With who you all know now as Oswald Baronet, the senior of the Baronet, the one Graham has claimed to have murdered, but he's here because he's a memory. And along with him was Adelaide's father, and someone who looked an awful lot like Quinn was with them. Though he wasn't wearing exactly what Quinn was wearing, well, neither was Adelaide's father. He was much younger looking and probably was wearing different clothes, because it's, who wears clothes that long? That's insane. But they left, leaving you in the employ of Oswald to do whatever you were doing down here. Oswald tells you all to kind of just get ready, make sure you have all the supplies you need before continuing, and he moves on over to the edge of like a broken bit of walkway that seems to lead down further. He just seems to be inspecting that while we go to you guys. And the characters you will be playing for this little moment. You all have the choice of either a cleric, a knight, or a magician in terms of their abilities. I guess I could reveal to you their sheets just so you can ponder through them and have a look at which one you might want. How do I... In journal? And can be edited? Don't edit them. Don't make them epic. Please.
Plus 15 attack.
Billion AC, if you please.
Legendary resistance.
And the magician. You should see them popping up at the bottom of the journal compendium thing. To go through some of them while you were all looking, the cleric has 15 AC, having a breastplate. They have 60 health, normal movement for a usual medium creature. They have up to level 4 spells, with their best or highest one being the Guardian of Faith that you saw them using. Healing Words, Spirit Guardians, a lot of good cleric stuff. Very powerful, so if you all take cleric, I will not be mad.
Just upset.
The knight, pretty basic, 75 health, 17 AC. They got parry reaction for a bit more. And just a great sword, you can just hit a lot. Got a leadership ability that you won't be taking a short or long rest, so don't worry about that too much, just use that whenever. And the magician, 55 health, 13 AC with just leather armor, but they do have mage armor, so they could up it should you want to. And again, up to level 4 spell slots, having Ice Storm and Greater Invisibility. And a dagger. You gotta have the dagger.
the mage dagger.
The titular mage dagger.
I want to be a magician.
One
I've played a
magician.
paladin and a barbarian, so let's play a magician.
Allow me to duplicate the magician. And rename it. You.
Me.
Silas Magician. How's everyone been, by the way? How's everyone's week been? Never asked that. Now that we're doing this, how's everyone?
Good.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Pretty sweet, yeah.
Nice, nice.
A mix of
Been
animation.
eagerly awaiting this.
Eagerly awaiting the D&D.
Mm-hmm.
I will be a knight.
At night.
That's okay.
That is absolutely okay. How much health did the magicians have? 55?
55.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought it was 550. I was like,
That's a megagician.
For real. The temporary characters will be in player characters in a file called temp characters. So that is where you will find the specific versions. A knight for Flotsam. Emphasis on the
out. Yeah.
We're doing something bit crazy today, you know. We're doing something bit wild.
Yeah. We're going next.
We do what we do next, you know.
I would go with the knight as well.
Ooh, 2 knights.
I'll go cleric.
Alrighty.
I play a cleric in a different game, and so I want to do the fighty guy in this one.
Granted, in that game, you play very much a cleric.
Yeah, that's right. He might have a god. Who knows?
That god is addiction.
That's right.
Well,
Tobacco, nicotine.
I will say, even though you all have different little characters you're using, you are all technically in the view of one dude right now, but this is the way we're playing it, so everyone can do something. You're kind of like little spirits kind of just flying around. You can still communicate with each other and, you know, talk and do cool stuff as if you were your characters, but no one in the past will really react or be able to understand what you're on about. Hear that sheet.
So what you're saying is there's no consequences?
Maybe, but you know, like if you go around like attacking everyone, then that's just kind of weird. And that's a weird past thing to be going on. So
Look, we all jump the baronet right now.
this is how we died.
It's how we beat the game early. Speedrun strats.
What is it for? Jane, what are you feeling amongst these?
I'll also do a cleric.
2 cleric, hell yeah. And what will Graham be? What he's here, by the way.
That's right, he's here with us.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
Graham ran, like, Comet sent a message to Graham, to Melody? Oh no, it's to Graham.
It was to Graham, yeah.
Yeah, because some of you, well, someone remembered that Graham wanted to go on this specifically because he was, very
Lex who
interested in
remembered.
it. Yeah, because no one else remembered Lex.
The voice of the DM.
Yeah. And you called him and he seemed like he just woke up. But during the fight with the griffins, he appeared randomly out of like a teleportation-y spell, and lightning shot everywhere, and he was just thrown onto the ground as if he himself did not really expect to be teleported to you at that moment. You can assume it was Melody because he cursed out Melody a little upon arrival. But he showed up. He was here.
He came ready.
Mm-hmm. Graham will also be a magician since that was a 3. You can't let go of it.
He's like, no, I'm still a mage.
Yeah. Never not a mage.
I have to be mages with Graham. Now I have to be like on a rapport.
And... okay, that's all them done. Now I can get rid of all these bozos.
Goodbye, bozos.
And we have now you guys.
I see this is prepared.
No one will suspect a thing. Not the Lex.
Not Lex!
You can't see Comet's health for some reason. Let me
It's infinite.
yeah. Not that much health. Can you guys move these little fellas? Is that something you can do?
No.
Alright, let me make sure that's a thing.
Nope.
Because I can see why that is. There we go. Ditter. You should be able to control the Comet now.
Hey.
The hat is like an unstoppable force.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah, I can't
You
move
really-
Adelaide, unfortunately.
Yeah. Sheen for Adelaide. Eldritch.
I think Raw's hat has to be my favorite.
Don't worry about it. We go a bit wild with it today.
I love that Graham is also using his hat to cover one of his eyes, like the edgelord that he is.
You kind of go a bit wild with it.
I love how the feather of Adelaide's original hat is integrated into hat 2.
Yeah.
I just couldn't be bothered erasing it. Alright, so you can all move your people, I hope. You want to give them a little up and down check.
I can't move Silas.
You can't. I put it.
Also, for some reason, I can see Comet's health.
Yeah,
but
but no
everybody
one else
numbers
is.
are,
It's weird.
and Lex doesn't have any.
Lex can't die. He's fine. He's not an actual person. he's still floating around. Still, he doesn't get a boy.
here.
No!
There we go.
There we go. Bam, bam.
Yeah, why can you only see? Let me jump
All right,
in.
fellas, where we going to next?
Boys,
Get him, boy.
Everyone, there we go. There it is. There's the issue. We're not a bunch of old-timey detectives, okay? Look,
but it's the past, see?
we're in the past, you see? Look.
All right, boss. Where do you want us to go now?
Oh, that's right, we're all goons. We gotta have goon voices.
You do not have to all have goon voices.
You get to all have good voices.
You have the privilege to have goon voices.
I'm not Flotsam.
I'm Jetsa.
I couldn't think of another name.
Ooh.
I'm Floaty Sam. That's my name.
Floats my goats. Gosh.
The name is Skylar, see?
I'm Asteroid.
What? What?
All right, so what to do now? So what are we looking at, DM? We're following Oswald.
Checking your stuff. You'll have your weapons, obviously, but you also have like a lot of spelunky tools, a lot of like digging and like prospecting tools, but you also, in your spirity selves of your characters in this realm, you have everything that you had on you. And Adelaide, you especially still have the book that you grabbed off the table. Should you want to take time now while everyone's kind of going through that to go through it?
Absolutely. I want the secrets.
Well, give me a like intelligence check, like to do like a speed read. What do we think a speed read would be with your Adelaide stats, not your new goon stats?
I mean, straight intelligence probably. I don't know about a skill.
I dig it.
Investigation, maybe?
Yeah, you are investigating it. Looking for the clues. 17, well dang. You find that the early parts of this book state that the king wanted to start a new project after finding out what lies below in the ancient archaeological site, which you think you're in right now. And when it mentions the king, your like goon memories kind of kick in, and you know that the person with Adelaide, with Adelaide's father, the guy who looked like Quinn, that was the king.
Oh.
What?
Huh?
Yeah, the king who was down here with Antoine and the Duke, the Duke Baronet.
Kick his ass more now.
He was the king, though he looks very similar to how he did. Whether Quinn up there is a relative or anything, he hasn't mentioned it, so you're not sure what to dwell on that, but you know the king was here. And that the king believes that the power gained from whatever you recovered here will help him greatly in what he seeks, but your dad seems to point out that he doesn't really know what the project is at this point. The king seems to be keeping that close to his chest. And later on, after skimming through a few pages, you can see that there's another noted part that states that your dad doesn't really mind doing light occult activity. Like, if it serves a greater purpose and it's not too crazy, he seems to be on board if it helps something. And, you know, with the sample that was extracted, it seemed exciting at some point. Though apparently secrets were still being kept, and your father got increasingly suspicious after there was a huge controversy with the baronets with some heavily suspected fratricide, I think it's called. I think it's labeled as
Patricide.
No, it's fratricide.
Oh,
so it seems like your dad is suspicious that Oswald might have been involved in some fratricide.
Like killing his brother?
The killing of a brother or sister, yeah.
Ah, gotcha.
Usually, I don't know if there's a specific word for sister, but definitely brother. Yeah, I'm not sure. And after this distrust with the baronets, after he shared his distrust with the baronets to the king asked the father to be kind of the right hand of the project and to first ensure the king's safety. And it's very vague with what's writing in here, because your dad also seemed worried about this getting into someone's hand and being read as easily as it would be. So he lists down like receipts. Yeah, of like
Silent
purchased materials. It seems like they were trying to cast something that required something, a diamond worth 1,000 gold, and some alchemical equipment it's listed as that cost about twice as much as the diamond. There are notes about gathering other expensive tools and unique spell components to fully prepare for the rest of the project, which you think might involve the egg, which your father was still skeptical of, as he wasn't in on the loop at this point. And as you get to like where the book is like half empty, as if it was still going to be used for a lot, but you get to about the middle-ish, where the project seems to end rather unconcluded and abruptly, with reports of your father's outrage on the pages, reciting that the project is far too dangerous and volatile, and that using a creature of such power to attempt chronomancy of this magnitude is just the worst idea he's ever heard, and it could cause unforeseen damage to the entire world, if not more. To which the date seems very, very close to when he went, you know, when he left, when he was killed, or when you suspected he suicided, but clearly not at this point.
Chronomancy, huh? Like time magic?
Without even a roll, yeah. Adelaide knows chronomancy is time magic.
Huh.
And is also not usually good to mess with.
Yeah. Many problems.
I mean,
What's wrong, Adelaide?
How much of this have you shared at this point?
I think it's mostly been like stunned silence. Just like Adelaide's eyebrows like
wrong?
get continuously more furrowed, and like as a ghost, I don't know. Her ghost eyebrows are more furrowed.
Do we know that we're all like? Do we have a sense that we are all know that we're goons, or do we just not? We've all just been transported to these goon bodies.
You're kind of just like in the body as they're moving, as they're doing whatever they were doing in the past. But you can kind of like float around and communicate with each other. You know, as the goons, you were sent down here to recover something. Being ever secretive as these people seemed, it's just to, do it and don't ask questions. You know people were sent before you, and you're also down here to kind of recover whatever happened to them, and to finish whatever they didn't finish.
So I can't talk through my goon.
You can talk to each other, yeah.
The other goon? Okay.
But you can ask a goon a question,
I was gonna say, what, Goon Adelaide, but I don't know Adelaide's goon's name. Let's go get that thing that we're looking for, other goon. Adelaide goon, stop reading that book. We have something to do. We have that very important thing we need to get. This is all canonical.
Get your goon together.
I guess if I can talk to the others, I don't know what's happening here. We're here in this memory. It feels like this must be something important. Can you all sense me the way that I can sense you?
Oh, you all can. You all get them.
Yeah, we can hear you. I think you can hear us.
Graham, is that the guy you killed?
You can see the goon that is Graham, or the ominous spirit of Graham over this goon has been kind of just dead-eyeing this guy, this Oswald.
This goon's a little greasier than the other goon.
Oh, yeah.
What a greasy goon.
So where our goon stands, got it.
Yeah. He nods. It is.
Is this where it happened?
Oh god, no, I wasn't here. This is like years ago. I was like probably like 8 when this happened. This is ages ago, if that even that.
Have you heard stories about what happened here?
No, and he didn't keep any notes of what happened here. I'm sure I would have found them in my tirade through his office burning everything.
Well, maybe these are his notes.
Squints confusedly. Weird that would make sense. If there's one way to keep notes without keeping notes, I suppose this is a very baronet way to do it.
I say to Oswald, where are we going?
He kind of stands up. He was kind of like slab squatting over the edge of this precipice, and he kind of just points down. We're going down.
Oh.
You have those ropes with you, don't you? You'll have a lot of ropes and like pittons to tie them up so you can make sure you get down. You can see remnants of old supplies here that have kind of like broken off. You're not sure how far the others got that were sent before you. And you can see like this place that you're in is like very different to architecture you've seen even in the town. Like a lot of the stuff on the wall is like very light Geiger stuff, right? Like, it's all that weird kind of carving and weird imagery, but it's not full on H.R. Geiger, but it's getting there. There was some weird. Some cave carver man was going wild in here. Not many people would bother, but someone bothered.
Someone was really into the bit. I guess I can
step
start
aside as people start. If you want to start setting up your tools, give me like a survival check as one of the homies. I guess just a wisdom, if not in your skills. Welcome to like NPC character sheets.
Yeah.
If it's not listed on the skills, you don't have it.
Okay.
All of us are just
Someone can help if they want. If you all want to set up your own lines, you definitely can. So it's super safe, and you can all descend really cool like.
We're making a wisdom check?
Yeah, survival. I think survival's wisdom.
Yeah.
What's death?
Yeah, with you all working on getting some ropes set up, you do think it is safe enough to traverse down. You lay padding and kittens where you need so it won't get cut by the sharp rock of down here. Who's going down first?
I think that's safe. I don't know if I'm too heavy. Oh wait, I'm in a different body.
Yeah, you look much lighter than you normally are.
You're playing a little guy now.
You're all so tall.
Yeah, I can see all of your eyes. Yeah, I guess I can start climbing down.
Yeah.
I'll follow comment.
You all descend down. You can see this place. It's got like it's a pretty thick amount of ground before it kind of opens up into the roof of the next section. You're not sure how many layers or how far down you've already discovered, or to what extent this place extends to. All you know is you are definitely in the right place for where you need to be getting.
Our Assassin's Creed synchronization is steady.
Exactly.
Feels right.
If you headed just south, you will send deeper into the area. You can see more signs of tools on the floor from whoever else was sent in here, the previous prospectors. Doesn't look like they've tidied them up at all. Looks like they've been thrown about, even kind of willy-nilly. You can see to the right, the screen right, is just endless hallway that kind of snakes off left, right, fades into the distance. You're all human-like, so someone's got torches. You guys are lit with something, I'm assuming.
I know
It's
the
casted
spell.
light.
Lights.
You're holding up little light daggers. That's what the dagger's good for, casting light.
Yeah.
And you can see to your left, through this archway, it's an open arch, a closed-off door, a very large, kind of like maybe 10 feet up, kind of doming at the top. A lot more ornate carvings into it, and some lettering on it as well.
This is in that hexagonal chamber?
Yeah, this very far left thing is the door. This is just an arch, for goodness sake.
We'll walk in. Can we make out what the words say on the... Is it like words or it's just runic symbols?
It is like like symbols and runes, but it does seem to say something. What do you all speak? Well, I guess does
nothing.
anyone?
Look at it.
Well,
Blank.
you guys can read this because you guys are ghosts. Whether they could understand it or not doesn't really matter to them. They all look at it and you hear one of them say, "What the hell does that say? I've never seen this language before."
Common and primordial are the ones that Flotsam speaks.
Well, it's definitely a celestial-esque language. So if anyone speaks celestial, they can definitely.
I speak celestial.
Well, give me a like an intelligence check, because it's definitely, you can understand that there is some celestial to it, but it seems not purely celestial. No, comet intelligence. So do you have any?
Yeah, that was common intelligence. Yeah. I just chose it as the night thing, but that was common, yeah.
It says kind of up and around it, the one who fell.
Guys, there might be something dangerous behind there.
Well, we're sort of
it. It's Comet. Comet as a baby is behind here.
we're sort of powerless to do anything, aren't we?
More or less.
Yeah, like how much can I change at that point?
I mean, it depends. Like, what you kind of do is what the goon does, though you don't have control of Oswald, so he's still gonna do whatever the heck he wants.
Right.
You can see the rest of the tools of whoever else was meant to be down here are here. There's like wrapped up bags and stuff in the corners of this hexagon, and you can also see like a lot of like clothes. There's like gloves. There's their hats that you can see have just been placed around. And I want y'all to roll a perception.
Goon perception?
Maybe we can do both if we want. You can see if your selves hear it, and if your goons hear it.
Yo,
Nice.
my goon is so good at seeing.
Your goons hella good at seeing.
Let's see, Silas with -1. It's +2 actually. Oh my god.
Oh.
Oof.
6.
Ooh.
Oops, didn't mean to.
That's about par for course.
Didn't mean to double roll.
Let's see what Oswald and Graham get here.
Is Graham's signature spell grease?
Oh, 100%. No doubt about it. So, if you got above a... Let me... I'm not rolling a stealth or anything right now, don't worry about it. Ooh. If you got above a nat 20, tell me.
I got a dirty 20.
I didn't. I heard the word.
Well, I didn't even get a dirty 20. The goon did.
You just so happen to get above the madness that I just rolled. You know what? Let's also well. If you got
There you go. My goon.
God.
No. Well, you
Cheeki just made the
all-
DC higher.
No, it didn't need to be high. It was insane. Yeah, there's a force. Good. Well, none of you see it coming or can do much about it, but you hear the thudding of, like, feet hitting the ground as you see what might have happened to the previous people who were here. As in front of you, or around you, surrounding you even, are 3 not so happy looking scholars or prospectors. They look a lot like the people you found when you went up the stairs to like the middle ground. You weren't there, Flotsam, but there was like weird zombie-like creatures kind of just kneeling, staring up at the egg in the sky. They were like kind of crustaceaned over with this weird crystalline stuff, and their eyes were kind of just overgrown with crystallage. It's kind of like all the scars people get from getting killed. It was like a whole person of just that. But these
Scarmen
look a lot like that. Yeah, Scarmen. And they make kind of an unnatural hissing sound as roll initiative while they get a sneak attack on you. If you click on your character and click on the name of your NPC, that's how you roll initiative for. Let me get initiative up.
Oh, let's go.
Oh, man.
Oh, it said I didn't select a token, so I don't get to do it.
So Flotsam is out of initiative.
To act this out as appropriate for my natural 1 on perception and my very low initiative, I'm gonna see this guy and I'm gonna feel like my character go like, Jonathan, I haven't seen you in who knows how long. Just completely like missing the point that these are enemies.
If you just click it again, we can change it to what you rolled. Just make sure you have new Flotsam selected.
I rolled better on my...
You rolled way better. What did you roll before?
Well, technically, I didn't roll way better. I rolled a 21 and then a 22. So those are my good rolls gone for the night.
I wipe my hands of it.
It's over?
And... I don't know why these guys don't have their other thing. What?
Ooh, I really hope the guy that did 19 isn't the guy that's right next to me. Oh,
well,
no!
They definitely surprise you all, so they do definitely get an attack even before turn order starts. But yeah, they land. One runs right up to you, Flotsam. The one you were greeting, Ra, as Goon kind of stumbles towards you. They're kind of like hissing as they drag their leg behind them, but then attempt to make some violent attacks against you. And Comet, this one kind of just jumps at you. So let's stop this calm main theme and put on you're being attacked theme. So that is a... you can see their hands are kind of overgrown with these crystals, and they kind of got like the fingers are all jagged as they're trying to just scratch you up with their gross hands. Not great, not great at all. Comet, this first guy is attacking you with 2 claws, and then they just like grab onto you and try and munch into you. You kind of lean over your goon and try to take a bite.
I try to take a bite?
No. The
okay.
Old goon is trying to take a bite. An 8, a 14, and a 7 though. And it has advantage because you are surprised. So a crit, a 14, and a 12.
Well, 17's my armor class, so the crit hits.
Okay, so just a crit. So for 13 points of slashing damage, this dude kind of rakes up your arm before you take your defensive stance and parry off the next 2 attacks. Ra, who has run off to do something, will get the same shebang as I turn down the titular Antumbra music. For a 14, a 24, and another 14, they have 15, so only one claw gets through, dealing them 6. And the last one against you, Floatgoon.
I am float.
Well, that's 2 nat 20s. What the freak?
So this memory is going to be really short.
Yeah. Well, 2 nat 20s and a 21, so
They're all gonna hit.
This guy rolled really well.
The game really doesn't want you in this scene, huh?
No.
You're not in this episode.
Hey.
Just immediately deleted.
37 points of damage all up.
Oh,
Those 2 crits, man. Those,
Yeah,
ooh.
no, I got it. That's what, 28?
Goddamn.
What? Here we go.
And then it is your turn, though, since the turn starts after their surprise round.
I'm gonna get this guy. I'm gonna slash at him with my great sword, and I'm gonna
Get
do
him
it.
back.
Oh, I could have added my ace. Oh no, nothing would have
Yeah, I don't
changed.
think that would have helped on any of them.
I will use my great sword once,
Mm-hmm.
and then I guess the first one that I would use would be a 10.
A 10 will not hit this creature. This
Fair enough, we'll do it
dubious
again.
Beast.
14.
A 14, you definitely hit it, but it like kind of pings off its weird, hard, just like scaled patches of skin it has.
Okay. Well, my goon stinks. I got a goon.
You got the bad goon, dude.
This is the worst goon I could have gotten. All right. That is my turn.
Ooh.
All I can do.
If they bite you, you turn into a goon.
Why can't this goon allow me to add temp HP and extra attack? I've sort of
we
relied
don't
on
have
that.
our temp HP generators.
I
know.
I did it.
You mean
I
I'm taking
found a
all
way.
the
by forcing you to play new character.
I can
Then
play
we
the
need to get
weak
to customize.
creatures. The one above you, Comet, is just gonna go for it again. They're just like wailing at you, trying to scratch you up. They don't have advantage this time though. So your AC is your knight. So a 19, a 14, and a 21.
Ooh. Well, I could add 2 to my AC, but that won't matter, so I'll just take them. 2 of those hit.
Oh yeah, it would raise you to 19. Ooh.
Yeah.
So you take another 14 points of slashing and piercing as this weird creature is just trying to eat you, trying to kill you. Hates you. But it is your turn.
I'm not a fan of it either.
No, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't be. They kind of stink.
I think I'm gonna go around this way.
Mm-hmm.
Try to grab a better view to something, and noticing I can't do anything, I'll just grab my greatsword and try to do what Flotsam did, or Flotgoon. Gootsum.
Never call him Gootsum.
There's my first attack. Does 27 hit?
A 27. You know what? I'll allow that. I'll allow that.
Okay, thanks
They
for
use
being
their
great.
parry to add like 20 to their AC.
Yeah. How do I roll for damage?
And you just click attack after the greatsword, where it just says attack.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, next to the 27. Yeah.
There you go.
You slash him up.
yeah.
You slash him
20
up.
damage.
20 points of damage.
Get a slashy.
You like straight up cut into this thing's arm. It almost completely severs it and like cauterizes it shut with the radiant afterglow.
Mm-hmm. Ah!
And look, it doesn't really look like it enjoyed that, but you know.
Well, I have another attack.
Don't do it, man.
I'll go for the other arm.
No.
Does a 22 hit?
22 hits.
Awesome.
Looks like Comet's learned a thing or two from watching Silas.
Well, 13 points of slashing and radiant. Youch! It lets out like a weird pain cry, dude. It is not natural, the sounds these things are making. There's like a lot of unnecessary reverb and like...
There's like layers to his scream.
It's like 3 people are screaming all at the same time, but a little bit offset. It's weird.
It's my turn.
Yeah. Welcome to Baronet, dude. What does the big man?
Cloud kill.
He kills all of them.
He clicks his fingers. Oop. He's a baronet. He doesn't do shit. He steps back and lets you deal with it.
Oh, some expedition leader.
Ooh.
You know, classic baronet.
Let's join the zombies and kill him.
Try it, you nerd, you weren't. They got bad mic. Oh, it's everyone. Is the audio fine? Don't play with me like this, dude. The audio is bad. Tell me now. I'll scream if it's not. The one on you, Floss, the one that double crit you and normal hit you. Gonna try and do it again. I don't have advantage this time, so. A 22, a 9, and a 13.
All right.
So I think just one clips through.
One will hit. One will hit. Mm-hmm.
For a little bit of 6 slashing. Small slice of 6.
Fair enough.
And then let out like a triple hiss. It's oh, the scholars have the bad mics. I get it. Okay. The delay got me there. The delay got me. Silas Goon.
I'm just stick out a hand out and just like, how to spell? And cast Ray of Frost on the goon that's attacking Comet Goon.
Roll it up. I think you just gotta click the spell and it'll throw it. Yeah.
Well,
That misses.
that's my turn.
Yeah.
Man, being a spellcaster.
That's why you know what it is,
like
dude. So no lightning bolt? You can move if you want, I suppose.
I'm good where I'm at. I have like CC stuff and like self buffs that I don't want to do.
Lead.
Wizards.
Wizards. I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon with my bonus action.
Hell yeah, where are you throwing it?
Yeah, what does Adelaide Goon's spiritual weapon look like?
The boot.
A Tommy gun.
Yes, it looks like a Tommy gun. It's gonna be right there. I'm inventing the Tommy gun right now.
There we go. I think that's how the Tommy gun looks, right? That looks like a horse.
There you go.
Yeah, sure.
Oh,
It's there, but it's not gonna hit.
No way, Jose.
Then I'll
That's a
use my
bonus.
Get out of here, Jose.
Yeah, I do still have my action. I'm gonna use it for Sacred Flame, on the one that's attacking Comet.
All right.
So make me a Dexterity saving throw, pretty please.
I will, you know. I just will. They rolled a solid 4.
Oh, that just misses the 16.
I see. 13. Okay.
13!
They start sizzling. Blasts of like blue radiance kind of starts enveloping this creature.
And then I'm gonna use my movement to move over here so that Flotsam can like get advantage. Or sorry, that my friend Robert can get advantage.
Ragoon, you were scratched once, I think, by the one in front of you, but you're good. Your old friend doesn't seem to like you anymore.
So Ra doesn't know how to cast divine spells. She's never done that before. So she knows that she can and is going to just cast a spell. We're going to roll a d8 to determine what the spell is. Let's see.
Oh, yeah.
7, 6, 5, 4. Hold person. I'm going to try to hold person Jonathan here. Be like, Jonathan, come to your senses.
Oh, that's a wisdom charisma. Which one's that?
But it does say, I believe it has to be humanoid.
I was gonna say, if you want to,
Okay.
They're definitely
It's a,
humanoid, so I'll allow it.
old
They
person.
rolled a solid 5. So they are restrained in place. They're paralyzed, in fact, aren't they?
yeah, and I'm just gonna walk over this way and kind of take a look at him and be like, "Oh my God, you guys don't look good."
They look
That's my turn.
awful. Oh, Graham. Oh, Graham. He will... Can't fly, can't do nothing. He's gonna throw out a slow against them. Try to get them all slowed. So that's a wisdom save for each of them. Bing, bing, bong.
Bing, bing, bong.
One succeeds. The one that is held succeeds.
Whoa.
Let's put where's slow-mo? Is there like a clock symbol? Yeah. Slow-mo.
I was gonna say there's a snail.
That would make a lot more sense. They clocked.
Blocked him.
And then he kind of hops back and forth, not knowing what else to do.
He's like, there you go.
Held one has to make another wisdom save at the end of its turn. Rolling a 12, so they're chilling. They're happy where they are.
You're like, well,
Oh, the cat. Finally.
Salvation.
It's the only reason why I come to this game.
Orb's cat.
Yeah, yeah. Lotsum, it is your turn.
you're muted.
I was petting my cat. She wanted to be let out.
We saw.
I'll attempt to hit. Now I can play the true fighter.
Now, if you attack the held one and hit it, you get an instant crit. If you are so inclined to do so.
Yeah, let me try and make a hit on this one in front of me. Because this is the one that I think is in the immediate danger, and I don't want to like risk going in and then trying to undo the other one. So let me try and kill this boy right quick.
Absolutely fine. An 18 will absolutely hit this man for 14 points of damage.
Nice.
In the top left, you should see like a public or a 2GM little button. If you hit the public one, others will be able to see your crazy
sorry.
rolls.
Sorry. Yeah, I'll move maybe just up a little bit so I can try and do my next swing on the next guy.
He's paralyzed, so you have advantage, and if you hit, it's an instant crit,
Okay.
which is always awesome. So you definitely hit.
So, and then what do I add to, are we, so it's normally 2d6 slashing plus 2d6 radiant.
So yeah, just click attack and then roll 4d6.
Wow. So 30 points of,
Damn.
right?
I think 14.
Yep.
14.
28 plus 2.
Yeah. Damn. A solid
30.
30, though that will break their heldage. But, you know, hey, it feels worth.
And
It's
then I
mental.
will end my turn.
Load one is going to track you around it, Comet. It's following you. It doesn't like you bopping and weaving around it. He's gonna get you. He's gonna get you. Damn. A 21, a 19, and another crit.
Yeah,
Oh,
those all hit.
I need to add these things to the actual other world, dude. These things are epic.
Wait, it's slowed though, right? Doesn't that mean it only gets one attack?
Shut up. No.
You did this to yourself. You made Graham.
I'm too
That's slow.
epic. Just one cheeky 7 damage then. Alright. How often have I shot myself in the foot?
We'll keep a tally. Started.
Sorry. I think I would have been God if all those hit, actually.
Ooh, I'll get you one day, Comet Goon.
I'll get you next time, Gadget.
10 more drop around to you specifically. It is your turn.
Be my turn. Alright, well, I'm gonna... Because it turned around to face me, I'm gonna go this way.
Very smart. It slowly turns to face you.
I'm gonna do another sword slash.
Ooh, you wouldn't. Not to my...
20.
Okay.
Fine.
Oh, he's hella done.
Alright.
Cut right through this old goon.
Brr. And then I think I'm gonna come on over here.
Get the flank in.
Get the flank in. Does that mean advantage?
Yeah, that's how I've been doing it this game, right?
Alright. Yeah, but I haven't been flanking, so
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Been a long time since I've
Yeah.
flanked a zombie.
Woo, 27.
That'll get him. Okay. Kill him as well.
Yeah.
Comet Goon, the kill stealer, I see.
My brother in Christ,
Jonathan,
you
no!
made the damage for the characters.
Oh,
That's all I can do.
Oswald applauds you, Comet Goon. See, we brought
I don't
you
know.
for a reason.
I don't know how to feel about this praise.
Oh, the Goon feels good about it, but Comet maybe not.
It's like,
The Comet part of the Goon doesn't feel good about it, but...
I hear my guy go, Clyde, he was our friend.
Gosh dang. Yeah, he chills. He kind of fixes
oh,
his
he doesn't do
collar.
anything? Alright.
Yeah, you guys got this. It's gonna turn at the Tommy gun and the Goon behind them. They're gonna make one attack at you, Adelaide. Grrr. Rolling a 10. Silence.
I'm gonna turn at this low one and go again, and just cast Ray of
Cast
Frost.
gun.
Cast gun. Hey, I hit the spell.
Nice.
8 cold.
They're chilly.
Turn over.
And now they can move slowly as well. They're slowed and they are walking slow. Adelaide Goon.
Bonus action for spiritual weapon Tommy gun.
Hell yeah.
Haha.
23 will get him.
Nice anime laugh.
Gotcha.
Nice work, kid.
9 force damage.
Youch. They're not happy, though they get hit really slowly. You can see like the ripples in their cheek as you hit them.
Can I still cast Sacred Flame if I'm within melee range?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. So,
Alright, nice.
save spell, so.
Yeah, so dexterity saving throw, pretty
Right,
please.
it's dexterity. A 15. I don't think makes it.
That does not beat the 16. 11 radiant damage.
I guess the DC it says there is wrong. Ouch. They sizzle up. They're getting a bit toasty. I'm not happy about it, but not much they can do about it. They sizzle very slowly. It's very dramatic.
Oh no.
Kind of off-putting, but they do. Right, the one you were holding was Sloon.
The
I'm gonna
conjugations
choose-
on the verbs.
I'm gonna choose for my guy to just be sort of losing it. He's like, no,
He's the one
Jonathan,
freaking out.
talk to me.
They got
my
the cold
dude's just
sweats
distraught.
on. They go prone, right? They're just on their
Yeah,
hands and
yeah.
knees.
Like he expected to fight some sort of like underground monsters or something, not his own friends. So he's like kind of losing it right now. That's what he'll do. He'll just like try to like see what's going. I guess make an investigation check. Could I do that for my turn?
Sure. Absolutely.
Just to kind of see what's. Oh well.
Roll one for Ra as well.
Rah.
Yeah, rather than Goon
Just
Ra.
Boomba.
The Goon Ra,
Rasputin.
Ragoon.
leader of the
Raccoon.
Alright, investigation for Ra. Normal.
Oh.
Yeah, you're not sure. These creatures, whatever they were, they used to be whoever you guys were, but you're not sure what the hell turned them to the dark side.
But yeah, I mean, dude's kind of freaking out. Ra is just sort of like, can I make him stop freaking out? Like, she doesn't really know how much power she has over this memory, so she's kind of just letting it play out and watching things unfold. But that's her turn.
Graham Goon is gonna zoot on over. Their goon seems to check the dead body of this one before sidling around and attempting to blast the one still scratching at their other goon friend, warning James to watch out. I think with slowed on, a 14 will hit. Takes away 2 from their AC? Yeah. Bada bing. 8 cold. More chillin'. They're dead.
Oh,
One of the dead ones turns us up.
You're dead.
And you're dead.
okay. Okay.
I've thought some. This one is looking. It's icy. It's like already on its way down, but slowly. It's like slow falling to the floor.
Great sword attack.
Yeah.
Yeah!
And then I slice him.
Ooh, yeah, he's Dunyan rings.
I hit like all ones on this.
You cleave into the ground, sending radiant sparks up at everyone.
the ice shards.
God damn. The power of the goon squad. Rose Ronnie. I like it.
I have a question, real quick.
Absolutely.
I guess in the character sheet itself, under the tab of like spellcasting, it says that the spellcasting ability is Wisdom, spell save DC 16, and a +7 to hit. But that hasn't been applied on all of these rolls that the sheet is made automatically.
I think that's wrong because our wisdom's only 16, so like we'd have to have a +5 proficiency to have a DC 16.
Might be
So I think it
wild
is
and
wrong.
weird from when I duplicated. They might have gone a bit crazy.
Yeah.
But you live.
Then I'll totally stick with what it like rolls flat. I was just confused.
Oh,
Yeah.
I can even edit it. I think it should
if you
be
can
a
fix it.
I think it should be a 14 DC if we have a +3 proficiency with these guys, and then a +6 to hit. I think.
Potentially, yeah, that'll make sense.
It's a little high, but I think we're pretty good at +6 and DC 14.
Well, the weird hissing and creature noises seems to stop. A lot of your goons are kind of panting and kind of getting about themselves, asking each other what the hell's going on here and shouting amongst themselves.
Guys, I don't like my goon.
My goon is bad at combat. It's because he gets hurt. I can feel all this. I can feel this pain. Oh gosh, this is what pain is.
Oh no.
Yeah, I usually just stand behind things, but now I gotta get up close to them.
I just stand still and just point my finger at things and they die really slowly.
These things look a lot like what we found before, though. I thought that meant that things were going on for too long. Does that mean that these guys have been here for a long time?
Roll investigations amongst yourselves. Graham Goon pats Silas Goon on the shoulder as Graham remarks, "You're pointing wrong."
What do you mean?
You gotta put more heart into your pointing. Gotta feel the heart of the point.
Investigations
have a
as
point.
our usual selves or our goon selves?
As yourselves. Your goons are also kind of searching around, kind of seeing about the place.
Can I try again?
Yeah. Now that everything's calmed down.
Alright, cool.
Damn!
Silas is just doing this.
Finger guns
Really
everywhere.
intently focusing at the point.
The gang of you, Ra and Adelaide, I suppose, since y'all got insane, you can see that this door is open a little bit. You feel like they might have ventured in there, and whatever happened beyond that door has turned them into whatever this is.
Ronnie is like noticing this is gonna get up and he's gonna go up to Oswald and he's just like, "Boss, we can't go in there. Look what happened to our guys. Look what happened to Johnny. We were a dynamic duo, Johnny and Ronnie. And now it's just Ronnie."
They kind of pat you on the shoulder as they kind of walk up next to you, looking at the scene. Look, Ronnie, Johnny knew what he was getting into, and so did you. You know, these things are never easy.
But boss, what happened to him?
Well, that is the question, isn't it? He walks over, kind of kneeling down at one, kind of examining it. Hard to say.
I mean, I don't think they're undead. I was able to use hold person on it, so were they still alive?
He kind of distastefully kind of jostles it a little just to give it one last check. Well, whatever they are now dead. I hope. He gives one last look down at it and kind of moves his foot a bit further away from it. Make sure we figure out what was down here and we'll hoist them out of here.
You mean we gotta go in there?
He looks at it and kind of nods slowly, looking back at Flotsam Goon. Why we're here.
It's okay, Sam. We'll look out for each other. And I'll grab.
Thanks, This is why you're the godparents to my 8 children.
Yeah, you got a lot of kids. I
got a lot of them.
Because their clothes are on the ground, I'm gonna take Johnny's hat, his fedora, and I'm gonna put it on his face, just sort of like as a token of, like a sign of respect, like rest in peace, brother.
Good night, sweet prince.
You're sleeping with the heavens now. He's with his mother.
Ronnie, I think when we're done with this, you invite your wife, you come over, I'll get my wife, and you bring all your kids, and I'll bring all my kids.
Yeah.
I know we just had a party because your daughter just celebrated her quinceañera, but
well, that's the third quinceañera this year. It was weird. We were supposed to have triplets, but for some reason they were born days apart.
You insisted on making each of them feel special by giving them each their own quinceañera.
Yeah, well, you know how it is.
All right, let's go inside.
Oh, goddamn.
Lore.
No, I was okay. Oh, can the game just be the Goon Squad now? We need to do a what if series of just the Goon Squad.
The Goon Squad.
I just need to establish canonically that they all have. It's going to be sad to lose them when we die.
Yeah, you open the door that's already slightly ajar. It looks like they had like jimmied into it a little. Well, jimmied into it. You can see he had the crowbar. And you can see
Jimmy's crowbar.
What's done it, bitch?
It's even labeled with his name on it. It says Jimmy on the side.
It's shaped like a J and everything.
Such an
like a V!
play at it.
Everywhere I go, I see his face.
There on the ground, crumpled.
Well, I might just be because someone etched it onto the wall, but I really got his likeness.
You all walk down into this staircase, and you vanished on my other screen. What the hell? That was cool. Holding your wounds, or clerics healing if they may. I don't know what the goons do. The stairs quickly cease, and the kind of carved stone that you seem to be walking of stops abruptly as you enter this large cavern. I have no large cavern area, but it's to the left. I swear, you guys are all, you know.
Whoa!
Believe me.
Carved stone ends abruptly when entering this large cavern area.
It's very cavernous.
And large.
And
Quite the area.
One of the largest caverns I've ever been.
You feel air as if this place is rather large. You can hear kind of echoing winds around as if getting some kind of echolocation of how large it is.
Boys, I don't mean to warn you, but I hear echoing winds.
The Baronet steps forward and casts a rather large light spell into the air to kind of illuminate the area. And as soon as he does that, you all, non-goon selves, get a rather vivid flashback to the Elk King. In the central part of this cavern seems to just be a large biomass of a creature, though this one much harder to place of its origins than the Elk King. The elk had a lot of elk motif. But this one just seems to be a just gross mass, disgusting visage. And
I was gonna say, is this the Deer Duke?
no, it's the bear baron.
Not the Moose Monarch, not the
Go on, one more. You can get it.
the Caribou Count.
There we go.
That was a good one. These all need to be like Fey lords.
I didn't think you were gonna get it, but I'm proud of you.
I got one more for you, Dick.
I know my noble titles and my North American fauna.
Yeah.
The visage of this thing is so unnatural that while you guys are kind of a little bit used to seeing like weird shit, the goons are not. Like Ronnie, who's already was not easy on things, he starts freaking out and he like runs in the other direction. While your spirit is kind of just left in the air. A few of you, Sammy and Billy, one of you throws up somewhere and it's not good. Even Oswald is a little bit taken aback to see something like this here. Where was I? My epic notes.
The epic note.
Yeah. A lot of you are having rather harsh reactions to this thing.
Mystery meets surprise.
These goons can't hack it. But this creature, this abomination of an aberration, sits in this cavern with this like semi-cult, semi-religious looking just stuff around it, as if whoever built these caverns and built the door to this place venerated it a lot. Whoever they were. But you can see the many eyes and appendages and mouths, very just, you know, things you can't write down. It's so bad. You can't describe it. You can't describe it. It's so bad.
It's indescribable.
Okay, it's indescribable horror. It's like, its mere silhouette is enough to drive you all insane. Like, you get like 50 points to the madness table. It's crazy. But it seems to undulate a little, and you can see some of the things you assume to be eyes of this looking at you guys. Not the goons, but wherever you're floating around. And the room starts to kind of rumble. And none of the goons seem to be able to, like, none of them mention the rumbling or seem to get increasingly scared by it. And Oswald definitely isn't mentioning it. But you all start to feel this intense sense of hatred coming from this mass. As if just seeing you guys is, like, the worst thing to happen to this creature. And even more intensely towards you, Comet. It does not like you.
Looks like you guys got beef.
God damn. What does forgot what we called them, the essence. Does the essence like react at all?
Not really.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to bother. Whether you have them here in this weird dream or not is definitely something
that's
of
true.
question. You're not sure, but you definitely don't feel any burning in your pockets. But Oswald does mention after being here and everyone, all the goons kind of freaking out here, kind of gestures and drags some of you back up the stairs to get out of this room. It seems to even be getting a bit much for him, although he's not too freaked out. He's definitely a bit stressed out about seeing it.
I think before we leave, if we're leaving, Spirit Comet in Celestial will just say, "Do you know who I am?"
You get a pretty resounding confirmation that it does, that it remembers you from some time, whether it was from the elk or from before that, you're not sure.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seems to emanate this rage. And even the fact you're asking it something is just... It is not happy.
You just hear in your mind, don't talk to me. Don't even start.
Don't go there. Ooh, well, I guess we'll start leaving. Yeah.
You all, the goons and everyone running in the corner, kind of freaking out. Schedule Ghost Lex. Get in. And you all seem to be recovering in various corners. Oswald seems to be taking notes about whatever's happening. And, he kind of moves over to, like, grab some of the supplies of one of the older people that were down here.
Mm-hmm.
You have your time to talk amongst your ghost selves if you...
Mm-hmm.
What are you all doing?
So we all felt that overpowering wave of hatred, right?
Yeah.
That thing did not like you guys.
Nope.
Mm-mm.
Are we certain it's safe to remain in this state?
How do we wake up?
Well, this is a memory, right? So this all already happened, but maybe us using the memory has brought us in connection with the present form of that thing. So it's kind of like it's experiencing this memory as well as us.
Maybe. I'm not sure. It knew us. So it knew it was very angry at me.
That's why I asked the question of whether or not it's safe to stay here. Is there anything more that we can glean from this memory?
I mean, we haven't seen the conclusion of this this investigation, as it were.
I don't know where we are, but that thing somewhere else when we found it. How did he get there?
You remember the Elk King? He fell there. That's like where he landed. He gave you like that vision of him like cascading out of the sky.
Right.
There were like two entities in the sky falling, and he broke off from a main chunk and landed on an elk. That's why he kind of had his elkiness.
Right.
Just
so
a
these
remind from ages ago.
This is another one.
Well, I mean, I guess there's multiple ones of these, I suppose. That shouldn't be too surprising now that we've already encountered the Elk King. Stands to reason there might be more of these, like, separate fallen beings that aren't a part of the big being, but are somehow connected to it.
I'm gonna try to see if I can make my goon ask Oswald. So what are we gonna do with this, boss?
Yeah, he seems to. He has like over his shoulder one of the prospecting kits, and it's Carmyle walks up.
Yeah.
He kind of like looking down at his book. He closes it and kind of tucks it into his shirt. Well, Carmyle, we're going to report back to the king what we found. Well, I'm going to report back to the king what we found.
Wait.
There is a very bright arcane flash and sound as you are all kicked out of the memory.
Whoa!
No.
I just changed my guy's name.
Well,
My kids, no.
yeah. I'll give the best to the wife, Sam.
No.
I'm out of here. I'm on a good
Continue.
Oh no, not revealing. I'm gonna hide.
Ooh.
Oop, you're revealing a little bit more of the map there.
Yeah, it's just tiles behind the wall. It's nothing. It's nothing.
Don't worry about it.
Forget about it.
It'll never be important.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. You guys won't come back here and like, looking for this thing, maybe. To the left.
Hey, look at the same map.
Yeah. You were all thrown back into the room where you were. No time had passed during this this thing. Oh yeah.
So this
Everyone
like
returned.
memory shard
Mhm.
thing. Since I had like a net 20 last session on what it is,
Mhm.
would I know if we used it that other remote creatures could use it? Or that if you're interacting with a memory, is that actual chronomancy, or is this sort of just like a pensive type of situation where you're kind of like there and moving around, but you're not actually affecting anything?
You did get a nat 20, so maybe upon when Blackheart was kind of messing with this one, you researched them into ad nauseum, but yeah, you would know that these are literally just you looking into the past. Whatever you were doing as the goons was what they were doing. Like, you had no real control over what they did and said. It's just what you did and said was what they did and said, in this case. But no, you whatever entity that was should not have had any control over there. It just might be so... It could just be strong enough to exist in all forms.
I guess I'll share that tidbit then with everybody, that like normally only those who are like interacting with the memory are actually like interacting in the memory. So the fact that this thing reacted to us is a sign that it, like any incarnation of it can sort of like experience.
And I guess now's a good time for Adelaide to like explain what was in the book.
Yeah. Kind of
Got a
taking a
little
bit more
swept
time
away,
to read
huh?
about it. You do... The notes were that the king started a new project after finding what was in the ancient archaeological site, which you think is what you just went through, and right after whatever happened is when this project started. Though your father wasn't told about what it was. Then there were more notes on about it. The project, though, was... your dad was definitely suspicious about it. And then it mentioned how the baronets were suspected of fratricide, or baronet, that Oswald was suspected of fratricide. After sharing the distrust with the king chose to have him as his right-hand man on the project. And to ensure the king's safety, some rather powerful spell was cast that costed at least 3,000 gold, you would think. Because it mentions a 1,000 gold diamond and something alchemical equipment that cost about twice as much as the diamond.
When did it mention chronomancy?
The chronomancy was right at the end. That seems to be when your father was let in on the plan. And reading that area a little bit more than a quick read, you can see that the king wanted to use it to go back to the start of when he started to rule. which you would know would be quite a long while back, which is why it's not a good idea. And being from this place, you knew the king, the one you saw in the vision, he became king at a very young age. He was like still basically a child when he became king. So you share that with the class, I assume, so you all now know what the quote-unquote Lazarus Project was.
And that's everything that's in the book.
So, was Quinn the king?
I'm not even really sure.
This is very good at aging. I think he's an elf.
Would the cultists know who the king is?
I wouldn't think so. I mean, that's why we didn't really think he was related to the king. That's not what the king looks like to us. He was older. I don't know if they would know that.
I take the spoon out of my mouth. Well, I think we need... Alright, thank you, Sally. I think we need to go maybe talk with Quinn and make sure he gives off unvague ads.
I would be happy to kick the king's ass.
But we don't need to do anything violent, just make sure he...
Pre-coming here stuff.
I have a question, Cheeki.
Mm-hmm.
Is it possible with these like memory shard things to memory shardception to go into a memory within a memory? Is that a possibility?
Maybe if there was a memory shard in a memory, you probably could, but to be in a memory shard that also contains a memory shard that's a task. Like, if someone got a memory shard of you searching this place, finding the memory shard, they might be able to go into this memory shard, but you couldn't extract a memory shard from someone in a dream. In a memory, not a dream.
Okay, because I'm one, like, Ra's now getting, like, really conspiratorial, like, are we just in a right now, and, like, and Quinn is the one looking at the memory, and that's why he looks like he hasn't aged?
That hurts my brain.
And that's also why he's not, like, doing anything. He's just letting it play out, because he's watching.
I don't know if we're in a simulation, but...
Can we just go, like, get all the information out of Quinn and tell him to explain his shit unvaguely?
We do need to talk to him.
So.
He's always around the cultist,
Take
though.
the rest of your estate first. Not that I'm nosy or anything, but like maybe your family left something like useful behind.
Maybe. I'll take a thorough look around the room. I really only focused on the desk. I'll take Dad's jacket. I'll put it over my shoulders.
Yeah, you toss on the jacket. Let's see if I wrote in the jacket. I think I got a picture for it. I think I was looking for some cool pictures of it, but...
A +3 jacket of super flight. 90-foot flight speed.
Linus.
But as you put on the jacket, you kind of pat it down and you can feel that there's something in one of the pockets.
Fish around for it, and what is it?
You pull it out, and what is something Adelaide held very dear as a child? What is something she would have, like a doll or something of that sort? What is something she just was always with her? If we ever saw any flashbacks, it was with her 100%.
I think Adelaide had a doll that looked very much like herself, and she would try to make outfits that matched the outfits that she would wear.
You find that in your dad's pocket as if that is the one thing he wanted with him at all times.
But it's wearing the outfit that she has on now. Oh no.
There is it. I've got so many tabs. But yeah, there doesn't seem to be much else of too much. There's like a lot of old projects that your dad might have worked on that don't really have any relevancy to what's happening. I suppose, is there any maybe thing you want to look into in particular?
I guess not really, because through digging around in his journal, it seems he wasn't particularly connected in this project in the sense that nobody was telling him anything.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were to get more information as to what's actually going on, we'd have to get it straight from the horse's mouth, as it were.
Yeah. I guess one last investigation for everyone in here as you're looking around. Graham, he's kind of like messing with like a spider in the corner. He looks over. What's up?
Hey, what happened to the body of Oswald after you took him out?
He disintegrated.
He disintegrated?
I have his essence. Have you not killed anything? They do that whole...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Have we tried, like, casting Speak with Dead on one of the essences? Like, could we actually have a conversation and, like, learn stuff about this that he knew?
Well, I can't cast that, but I've never tried.
I mean,
But
you
we're
can't
not
cast that, but we
bringing
know
him back.
a genius... We know a genius, like, person who can cast pretty much any arcane or divine spell that they put their mind to.
Do we really want Melody to be talking to one of the most vile men in this state?
I mean...
I'm not a genius, but I know the spell.
Comet, you never disappoint.
I'm eating spoons.
Quickly wrote it out.
Adelaide, if I remember correctly, your dad said that he had to get things for his own safety. Do you think this is something he forgot, or is this someone else's memory?
As in, the memory we just went through was something my father forgot? Or
Yeah,
are you thinking more in terms of why would he have this, memory holder thing in his study?
I mean, I guess you do. Yeah, all of that could be an interesting. But I was thinking more the shard itself. But I don't know if he wasn't really in the memory a lot, so I don't know if that's his memory.
Yeah, you think either maybe he or the Baronet extracted the shard? Antoine was very skeptical of Oswald, so you think he might have went down afterwards or at some point went to the body of one of the prospectors and harvested it himself, if not grabbed it off of Baronet at some point. But you don't think it was one from him?
Either way, do you think it would be a good idea to bring him the shard, not just leave it out here?
We could also close this place back up. So no one can get to it. Well, we
Is it like
in here?
Is it a solid whole thing? I thought it had like.
Oh, I meant seal up the study.
Oh.
The door you came in on needed one of those magic touch keys to open.
And could the door not be opened for anything besides the key or the seal?
Without extremely great magic, no. Like, knock won't work on this bad boy.
Okay. If you think that's good, we can do that. I'm worried we'll meet more of those. I don't even know what to call them. Elk gods, I guess, but apparently only one of them was that.
Could we have any idea of where the archaeological site was? Because I don't think I've seen any architecture like that, and I grew up here.
I think either Quinn, if he is that man we saw, would know. Or your father, if that's something he didn't remove from his memory. Who's this Elk King?
Oh, that's right.
Not sure if you've ever told me.
It was a giant mass of flesh that ate my village by controlling their minds as well.
Oh.
We killed it after it killed most of us.
Well.
Not a great story.
I'm carrying the
kidnapped me and put me into a mental prison.
You're not a good...
I was used as bait and then rescued by the rest of them. But that leads me to believe that if this new entity is as powerful as the Elk King, who appears to be the same creature or somewhat, I mean, the Elk King had incredible psionic abilities tied specifically to the same sort of effects caused by the moon. And it leads me to believe that perhaps this new creature, as long as with whatever project was being worked upon by the king and Adelaide's father, I don't know, maybe there's a reason why that thing is in the sky. I mean, this thing
Do you think
seemed
it could
to
be under the city itself?
I can't imagine that at least with the way that architecture looked, I would think that it would have to be somewhere, at least created by some sort of advanced society. But there was celestial writing on the ceiling, which I don't quite understand.
Didn't the moon rise out of the city? Maybe that's
That
it.
thing is that, I think. Or it came from that. Remember, those weird dudes that were just kind of staring up slack-jawed at the moon, they came out of that chamber with that thing. I think it's the same situation. I just think that maybe the egg was a product of Oswald's, experimentation. Perhaps he was trying to harness this thing, or, grow it to become bigger, and somehow this would help him. He could also have been touched by some sort of madness, and was just trying to destroy everything by making this thing hatch.
We also saw those people in our memory, or in the memory, that looked a lot like the ones that Ra is saying. And they came out of the same chamber. Maybe the ones we saw are close to something else. Maybe the ones out there are close to the one we just saw.
We should get answers out of Quinn before they have time to run away.
Do we know where Quinn is? I mean, last we saw him, if I recall, was at the bridge.
We saw him before we got here.
He was in the town square just past the bridge. Before we went to the estates. And
I don't know if he's still there,
long,
but
but
Is there anything?
You know
I can tell
his
Penny to
familiar is in the sky, usually. So if you need to find him, you can usually find him.
I mean, if we want to know where he is, I can send him a message and let him know that we want to meet up somewhere. And Raw, if you're still interested, I could, last thing, talk with the essence that Graham has. If that's even possible, I could try it.
Yeah, I don't know. I know that that's something that can be done. I don't think I've ever seen that done. That wasn't like a trick that someone was like puppeteering a corpse and pretending that they were casting the spell, but like it's one of those things where it's like I've read that certain powerful casters can actually ask questions of the deceased. I don't know, though, like, I'm not really well versed in that sort of thing. Do you know if, like, casting that would, like, make the creature come back to life? Or are you just, like, quizzing them? Like, how does that work?
I think I haven't done it too much, but it has like a sort of consciousness to it, but it doesn't bring them back. And even if it did, I get the feeling that wouldn't work here. I think the moon is kind of superseding whatever that would do.
Yeah, I really never thought about that. Well then, let's find Graham. Oh, sorry. Hi, Graham, you're right there. Let's find... I don't think Quinn has any reason to think that we're going to, like, be interrogating him. So if we just approach him like we normally do and then just ask him questions. Graham, Adelaide, do you both have counterspell? Because if he gets spooked and tries to get the hell out of here, we might want to be ready to, like, say, nope, you're not going anywhere.
Let me open my book. He flips open.
I only have Dispel Magic, so it won't have that instantaneous effect.
I do have it, and I have it. Though, don't rely on me, because I promise I can only let down. Just don't make me the linchpin of this plan, please. I don't.
I could copy it out of your spellbook, Graham.
Sure. Just here. He kind of opens it in a very particular way.
Yeah.
He kind
He
of
like
hands
puts
it to
the post-it notes over a bunch of other spells.
Yeah, like he looked in and then closed it. But when you mention that, he kind of looks at it again, and then he does a very, like, specific thing to open it again. He kind of moves it.
Ah.
You feel like he might have some ward on it or something.
He rips off that page.
You have it. Look, ignore the rap about counterspell, but I'd like to... It's just something I'm working on.
Wait,
Right.
are all of
And
your
then-
spells encoded in hip-hop lyrics?
Maybe.
Graham's just like a really big like rap fan. He's just
I
like,
dabble.
yeah, so what? It's a hot.
What is this diss track? What does that mean?
Why is it about me?
He wrote it about himself.
His rap name is DJ Greasy G.
Oh, that's terrible.
Lil Greasy.
Anyways, I can use my Wizardly Quill ability to copy down a 3rd level spell in only 6 minutes.
Yeah, you can see he has quite a few. What level can you learn up to? I guess that's what you can see. Do you have 4th level
if we're
yet?
going off of the books that we have available down at the Hamlet, I can learn up to level 4 spells.
Do you have access to level 4 yourself? Like, are you high enough
Yeah.
level to cast them?
I have 1 level
Oh,
4
okay.
slot.
You can see, I guess, just going through what he has. He has Detect Magic, Magic Missile, and Shield as first level spells. He has Misty Step, Mirror Image, Blur, Hold Person, and Scorching Ray as second level. The third level, he has Counterspell, Fireball, Fly, and Glyph of Warding, which you, upon reading it, think that's probably what's on the book, if it's in the book. And for fourth, he has Greater Invisibility, Ice Storm, and Banishment.
Gotcha. Well, I'm just gonna copy down Counterspell.
Mhm.
Like, grind up my 150 gold pieces to make the ink.
Yeah. While they're
Lex
doing
just
that,
eats it.
everyone else, give us a lazy investigation for the room. Just, you're in here, you're perusing over shelves. Adelaide, the jacket in question, since you've been wearing it, I'll show you what it does. I'll get a nifty image of it later, but thought this would be kind of a fun ability to give you, and rather dangerous.
Ooh.
That is dangerous! Cheeky, what are you doing giving me this?
I'm giving you some new colors to play with. I want to see more lightning spells.
Madman!
Colors of the wind
Let's
and
go.
everything else.
Mm-hmm.
This makes me scared, actually, because Cheeky has so powerful. He's like, they need someone who can deal more damage than what they've got. They
don't deal more damage, just different colored damage.
Just different.
Yeah, some gifts going around recently to some characters, and
Oh no. Where do the new investigations start? There are so many investigations.
On the 18. Comments 18.
Comments 18, okay.
Oh, okay. That's where the new ones start.
I rolled above a 5. It's impressive.
Adelaide, I will not have you make this since you are the one writing the spell, so... You're still the goon mode?
the goon, no. That was still a Flotsam stat.
You rolled the highest, Comet. I'll say that you're the one who finds a book on one of the shelves, and you can kind of see on the...
It's up on top.
It's real dusty up there. And you can, kind of flipping it open, you can see it seems to have the word fratricide in it a lot. This seems to be the book where he put his thoughts about the fratricide that the other book mentioned in.
Where
I was afraid it was going to be like Dianetics or something. I'm like, oh no. Oh,
Advanced
no.
sciences, yeah.
No.
Since he probably didn't want to fill up the Lazarus Project book with his, like, theories upon the Baronet fratricide stuff that he mentioned, you think this is where he, like, started writing about that. And his theories, like, trying to confirm, like... He was digging up stuff on Oswald, trying to get him in trouble. Like, trying to prove that he did something.
Right.
Well, hard to
Adelaide.
read now. You can definitely delve into that at your own times.
I think I found book 2. Can't read too much, but it says fratricide a lot, and you said that word, so here you go.
Thanks, Comet. Very thoughtful.
Well, you're welcome. I mean, it was here. You were just bound to find it, you know.
Since Graham's kind of looming over Adelaide like a hawk, making sure she doesn't peruse too much through his book.
Yeah, I wrap up Counterspell, and then I hand him his spellbook back. I make sure none of his, like...
distracted by Comet's mentions of fratricide, as you're, like, looking back. Like, he seems to be looking at the book Comet's trying to hand you. And he looks like he's about to reach out to take it, but if you're quick to Hawkeye grab it.
I'll do it. Sorry, Graham. Comet was handing me this.
No,
He's handing it to me.
Yeah.
I was just gonna hold it for you. Give me back my book.
A book for a book.
He tucks his book back in his shirt.
Yeah.
Ah, these nerds fighting over books. It's my goosebumps.
Oh, dude, which one are you? Alright.
So yeah, I guess if there's still time, then I can read it while we're
Yeah, you
going
can
back
read
to.
Yeah, so I assume you could, making your way back to the bastion, you can keep an eye out for Baronet and send a penny and a burning bird squabble.
You got there.
Sizzle.
Squabble.
Squabble. Squabble's a great name for a parrot, though.
That's true. That's true.
Cheeks, I'm gonna have to go. I'm sorry.
That's all good, my dude. We'll probably be wrapping up before the Quinn thing then, just so you can
Oh.
be there. Well, you're gonna run into him. Like,
Oh, I gotta go, but I'll see you guys.
dude.
Bye. See you later, Norm.
Bye.
Yeah.
Good night.
I gotta fix the things now.
Should really have a
Meanwhile-
hotkey for Norb here, Norb gone.
Well, I do, but I also have to like make Discord not show everyone in the thing. It's complicated.
Got a rough relationship with OBS and
For
Discord.
real. That's the wrong one. That's the wrong number.
Nope. That's the wrong number.
Yeah, we'll say as you're walking back through the path to the manor, kind of leaving it silhouetted in the distance, there's a bunch of dead griffins on this map. Let's just move them out the way.
Sorry, that was our doing.
Yeah, you know how it is.
Oh yeah, the sheep.
Yeah, the sheep's still here.
We've had a sheep with us this whole time.
Yeah. Oh, thanks for waiting for me, Declan.
I'll give you a nod. They're still watching in the direction, making sure nothing's about to jump you. But roll an investigation check on
Oh no.
the book, Adelaide.
Okay.
And I guess everyone else roll me a perception, since you're all kind of huddling along.
Perception.
26 investigation. Ooh, yeesh. Or insight, if you will. I guess that's another one that might be worth. Give me both. I'm wild with it today. Go both. Into the session, just wing it.
Mm-hmm. Go crazy.
Go crazy, guys.
Everyone doing insight or huh?
No,
Yeah.
you were doing investigation. I think
Yeah,
we were doing perception.
you're dead in the book. Let's
Yeah.
let's say you're Lex, maybe. We can maybe have him clue you in, perhaps. Include the little man.
I'm so confused.
Roll an insight. That's all you need to know. If they're gonna load. I assume they've been rolled. It's just roll 20s. Waiting.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Wisdom. Well, Comet, I suppose, since you got an insane perception, you can see Graham's very interested in this book you gave Adelaide. He kind of, either he wants it or he doesn't want what's in it to be known. He's Hawkeye in this book. Looking back at it every now and again, just kind of wandering. And Adelaide, as you're flicking through it, your father kind of starts it off mentioning that he is a firm believer in the fact that the Duke Oswald Baronet committed egregious fratricide in attempts to gain estate, and the fact that he 100% killed his brother and his brother's family to get what he wanted. It mentions that both, it seems to list off that 4 people were in the other family, the other baronets.
Adjacent baronet.
Adjacent baronets, yeah. It mentions that Oswald's brother was older and definitely had, like, claim to estate and everything, but...
Was his name Graham?
His name's probably Graham.
It's definitely not Graham, it's some other name.
It's Jam.
It's Jam.
An H.
It's Graham. If I see Graham kind of eyeing the book there, I think, excuse me, I'm going to walk up to Graham, kind of be like, hey!
It kind of takes his attention away. He's like,
yeah, I think you're here because I called you over. Thank you, by the way. And also, I know you weren't really ready to do this today, so I can, like, help you walk the rest of the way if you're tired.
I am more than capable to walk, but how would you help me walk? Are you going to carry me?
I mean, that's one way. I also do have a buddy over here, Decca. She probably wouldn't mind helping you out either.
Sit on a sheep and let it carry me.
I mean, have you ever touched the softest thing in the world? Or I guess out of this world?
You've convinced me. Let's go. Yeah, you go over, and he pets it mostly. It takes a little bit of snooping and stuff to get through this book, and it definitely isn't finished, considering your father was also probably destroyed during this moments, but you can tell it was very long ago when this happened, and only really came to light somewhat recently. And mentions that Oswald, while having very few prospects at the time, like your dad was like 99.9% sure, but just didn't really have any physical evidence because it's hard to get. And you feel all this baronet talk and how kind of shifty Graham's being about it and has always been around the baronets. You feel like he might have something to do with it if he hates Oswald this much. And it does mention that Oswald's brother had children.
He done did in his uncle.
So while not directly a baronet, you think he might have been a cousinet. Still under the baronet name, since his father would also be a baronet. But Graham did mention that he had a brother who was dead, and never really mentions anything else about his family other than his hatred for the baronets.
So you're saying we were right all along.
I'm saying you might think he might be a baronet, but you feel like he might have just as much reason to hate them as everyone else in this damn town.
So what you're saying is it's time to kill Graham.
I'm saying it's 100% time to murk Graham. And I think there's this image of kind of Adelaide, you realizing this, kind of looking up over the book, him kind of patting Decca, while still kind of being kind of like eerie about you having the book. That's probably where we'll end this session.
Yo!
Whoa!
Yo!
A shocking reveal that no one saw coming.
Well...
What?
When is Graham gonna learn that it doesn't matter your bloodline as much as it does what's in here?
The greasy heart.
Which is your blood.
It's blood either way.
You don't got blood, you got grease dyed red.
A bloody cadaver.
Oh dang! All right.
Well, shoot.
That
Well,
really
dang.
could be it, huh?
Yeah, suppose we can get out of here.
Do be conspiring.
What a session!
All right.
Holy moly!
What a session.
What a lore!
We got to be goons.
You got to be goons. That was fun. I loved all your goon talk.
Yeah.
You know,
It
invite
really
you all
put
to
my
a game where you
brain
just
in
play
a weird
goons.
mindset.
New new TTRPG.
Dunes.
The goons.
Can that be the name for our friend group now? It's just like, yeah,
The goons. Goon Squad Alpha.
what up, my goon? How's it going? It sounds so good.
Oh my god.
All right. Well, anyone else up to anything this week that they want to shout everyone out to? Or are we rocking?
What was that, Deep?
I was just. Boo. I might go see Sonic 2 this week, so that's cool.
Dude, like, without
Hell
me?
yeah.
Dude, keep me in like your pocket with the camera turned on.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We just grab you.
Got a little cheeky in your pocket. I better get one
Little
big
cheeky
popcorn.
Oh, a large. Dude, I've never been able to finish a large
No, just
popcorn in a
one
movie theater.
big kernel.
Oh,
Right?
what?
Yeah.
Big kernel.
You'll just be like comic
Matt.
rat.
Yeah.
When I used to work at a movie theater, if I was closing, we'd have to empty the popcorn machine. So I would just get this huge plastic bag full of popcorn that was made that day, and that would last me a week.
Why wouldn't you? Oh, that's got to be the best spot.
Yeah, right.
I'm surprised they let you do that though. Over here in California, if you did that, they'd be like, "No, it's in the trash."
They probably
but it's
don't
in the
like
trash.
you doing it. So.
I worked at a small theater that has since closed down because of COVID. It was open since like the 40s. Like it was an old theater, and like it was super chill there. We played like Magic the Gathering on shift. It was a really good job.
Oh, dude.
No, I remember
That's
when I worked
insane.
at Chuck E. Cheese, they had like a whole thing with the cheese where it was like,
You know that the cheese?
no, like I think like an ex-employee was like getting the cheese, putting it outside into the hall or the like driveway in the back, and people would come pick it up, and there was this whole black market for Chuck E. Cheese cheese. Yeah, and I'm like, why? It's not good.
Yeah, but it's free.
Are we still on stream?
Yeah, man,
I think
people got
so.
an R. People got an R. The cheese black market exists.
It's out there.
You just gotta be looking.
Gotta believe.
Mhm.
All right, let's get out of here.
Let's actually get
Yeah.
out of here. Thank you all for showing up. Hopefully we can kick it next week. But we're getting close to party time over there. I know we'll have to figure out when you got all that con stuff you're going to. Yeah, I don't know when that's all happening. I'm not sure if it coincides, so I'll have to ask you that. in
Maybe
literally 5
for one,
seconds.
but I don't think a lot of people are going, so it would really only be me missing.
It's D and L that would be missing. That's it.
Well, they're the
that's
people we need, dude. One's got the book and one's got the eyes. Who's gonna
My
tell
own
you?
roommate going to a con without me.
Should have got money. Should
Should have got money.
have got money.
Life's most important
Should
lesson.
have got money. That's going on my tombstone. Should have got money. God damn. Let's get out of here. See you guys next week.
Oh, we're still not out. All right.
Yeah,
Bye.
should have got money. Later.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Oh.